Today's edition of Mac Voices is supported by MacVoices Magazine, our free Flipboard magazine that brings you some of the best Mac, iPhone, and iPad productivity tips on the web. High in signal, low in noise, just like Mac Voices, MacVoices Magazine includes information on how you can get more out of your Apple technology. Subscribe at macvoices.com/magazine or search for Mac Voices Magazine on Flipboard. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner, and this is a Mac Voices briefing on the Bose QuietComfort 35 Series 2 wireless noise-canceling headphones. Yes, that's quite a mouthful, but these headphones have a lot of features that we'll dig into in a minute. I've been using noise-canceling headphones now for quite some time for travel, and I've always considered them very important. But unfortunately, the pair of Panasonics that I was using because of the rigors of travel recently gave up the ghost, and I was forced to go and look for a new set of travel headphones. It seems like in every evaluation you see the Bose QuietComforts come out on top, so I thought I'd give those a look first, and I really didn't have to go any farther. But there are a number of key categories that were important to me and I think should be important to you. So we will take each one in turn and talk about what the QuietComforts offer. Sound. The Bose QuietComfort 35s have a terrific sound. If you like the Bose sound for speakers, or if you don't like the Bose sound for speakers, don't let that bias you toward these headphones. They have a great sound to them. They have a little bit less on the low end. But on the other hand, that's kind of why you're buying noise-canceling headphones, to get rid of some of the low end. The high end is nice and clear and sharp. The overall sound of these is terrific, whether you're listening to music or audiobooks or podcasts or movies and TV programming on the plane. I don't think you're going to be unhappy with these because you want to be able to hear what you want to hear and not what you don't want to hear. And in that regard, they deliver admirably. Noise cancellation. So this is the big thing when considering these particular headphones. How well do they cancel out the noise around you? The QuietComfort 35s have 3 different levels of active noise cancellation. So if you decide that you want to hear a little bit about what's going on around you, you can set it that way. Or if you want to block out as much as possible, you can set it that way. And you can have one setting in between. I tend to use these so that I block out as much as possible around me because that's what I want them to do. And the QuietComforts do this amazingly well. They do it a lot better than my Panasonics. And frankly, I was happy with the Panasonics before, but this just introduces a whole new level. Now let's not misunderstand. This doesn't lock you into a cone of silence. They have a great fit around your ears, but you can still hear things around you, and it's pretty likely that unless you have the music or your audio programming turned up, the person beside you, you're going to be able to hear if they speak to you. So it doesn't block you out completely, but for the odd ambient noises, it will take care of those, and it definitely is a huge improvement over wearing any kind of non-noise canceling earphones on the plane. Comfort. Of course you want the headphones to sound good, and of course you want the noise cancellation to be top-notch, because that's why you're buying them. But neither one of those factors is really going to matter if the headphones are not comfortable for you, because you're going to be wearing these arguably longer than just about any other kind of headphones or earphones that you use, simply because you're doing it on a plane. And so if you're doing cross-country flights, that's 5.5 hours. If you're doing international flights, it's going to be longer. So these headphones need to feel good on your head. And I have to say that these are so much more comfortable than the Panasonics I had before. They weigh in at just a little under half a pound. They are extremely light. That sounds like a lot, but they really are light to put on your head. There are no hot spots around it. I have found in the past that I was anxious to take the headphones off and give my ears a little breathing room because of getting hot and because of just overall, not discomfort, but they just didn't fit as well as these do. These create a great seal around your ears, but not to the point that they put a lot of pressure on your head and become uncomfortable after a while. I've flown coast to coast with these, put them on when I leave, take them off when I arrive, and never take them off in between. And I'm very comfortable, and there's no sense of relief when I do take them off, which is a big thing. The cups are nice and large to fit over your ears. They're easily marked with left and right inside the cup so you know which is which. And they just feel good. Battery life. The last thing you want is your noise-canceling headphones to die halfway through the flight, no matter how long it is, because you don't have enough battery life. The QuietComfort 35s are advertised as having 20 hours of playing time with the Bluetooth on a single charge. I've been able to fly coast to coast, back and forth with no problem on one charge and still have plenty of battery power left over, although I do make a habit of charging it fully before I get on a plane. There is a quick charge feature that will give you a 2 to 2.5 hours of listening time with a fairly short battery charge. So that's another nice feature should you find yourself in that situation. But I really don't think you will, because unless you are just going to ignore the charging ritual with these headphones, you're going to find that they last a good long time. Controls. Depending on what application or device you're using your QuietComfort 35s with, you have the expected controls of back, forward, play, or pause. You have an action button that will let you invoke Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa, although I don't use those features because I just don't need those in a set of headphones. You also have a button that you can use to either toggle the automatic noise canceling to all 3 levels, or to invoke Siri, which is the way that I tend to use it a lot more. But anyway you take it, the controls are minimal. Oh yeah, there is a power button, power switch obviously on these. But the controls are easy to get to on the bottom of one ear cup and very intuitive. It'll take you just a couple minutes to figure out which button is which and what you're going to use it for. If you're using it with a music player like Apple Music, yeah, you're going to have a lot more use for these. If you're using it as a movie player with an application like the TV app on the iPad, maybe not so much. But again, minimalist controls, but the ones you really need and will use. The Bose Connect app. Once you purchase your headphones, you're going to want to make sure to download the Bose Connect app, which is how you will pair your headphones with all of your devices, manage the automatic noise canceling, manage some of the buttons that will let you invoke Siri or the automatic noise canceling, and in general, look at all the features of the headphones. It's a great app. It would be a caution that I would make to you that if you want to make sure you have access to all the features and you're buying these headphones right before you get on a plane, make sure you leave just a couple extra minutes to download the Bose Connect app and get everything configured before you get on the plane. Otherwise, you won't be able to take full advantage of it. Phone calls. The Bose QuietComfort 35s have a built-in microphone and allow you to both make and receive phone calls just like any other set of headphones. The microphone is pretty good as far as picking your voice up, but it also can pick up a fair amount of surrounding noise. So it may not be the best experience for the person you're talking to, especially in a busy airport. For you, the experience will be fine. So it's not something that you may want to say is the primary thing that you're going to use for phone calls, but it also is more than good enough in most circumstances, and it'll prevent you from having to pull your phone out, take your headphones off, and try to answer the phone. Miscellaneous considerations. The QuietComfort 35s come in a very nice hard shell case that protects them from the wear and tear of travel. Flip it open and you'll see that they are arranged in there almost like an origami project. And it can take a little while for you to get used to the idea of folding your headphones in a particular way to fit them into the case. But once you do it 2 or 3 times, you won't have any trouble. The QuietComforts come with 2 cables. One is a USB micro charging cable, and the other one is a hardwire cable that goes from the earphone jack in the headphones to any audio source that you want. One little caveat on that. The cable that comes with it is a standard 3.5 on one end, but a less standard 2.5 on the other, and that's the one that goes into the headphones. I mention it only because if you have a splitter that you use maybe to share audio content or an audio source with someone on a plane that you travel with, make sure that you have the right cables packed, because otherwise you'll find that you can't plug in and share, and that's a small problem. And it is a very small problem, but it is something just to be aware of. The one other thing I wanted to mention under miscellaneous considerations is that these are Bluetooth wireless. And that to me is an extremely important feature. Yes, you can save a little money by going with wired headphones. That's what my old headphones were. And you just had to put up with, dealing with the wires when you're trying to manipulate whatever it is that you're using as an audio source, especially a large iPad or a small MacBook Pro. But the flight attendant bringing drinks, bringing food, the hassle of getting up and moving around when your seatmates need to get out, all that is complicated by wires. It is so nice to just be able to leave the headphones on your head and move around without having to deal with any of that. So if you can afford the extra money for wireless, definitely get the wireless. Price. You can find cheaper travel headphones that have some of the features of the Bose QuietComfort 35s, but you're not going to find any of them that put all those features in such an appealing, comfortable, great-sounding, easy-to-use package. Yes, they may be a little pricey if you are an infrequent traveler at $349 on Amazon as I record this, but if you are any kind of traveler that spends a fair amount of time in a plane, you're going to find that this is an investment that is well worth making. And because of the build quality and the quality of the Bose name, they're going to last you for a long, long time. So that's a briefing on the Bose QuietComfort 35 Series 2 wireless noise-canceling headphones. I'm Chuck Joyner. We'll be back with more soon. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our MacVoices Facebook group and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us at patreon.com/MacVoices and join these folks who help keep MacVoices coming to you. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.